Bhagavata Hariya. Jaya Gopi Jana Valla Bhagavata Hariya. Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachariya. Yamuna Tira Vanachariya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai, Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya. Yang Vishnupada Paransa Parivajikara Stotra Sada Sri Srimad Esi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Yang Vishnupada Paransa Parivajikara Stotra Sada Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Srila Saraswati Maharaj Prabhupada ki. नामचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, भक्तिदेव तुलसी महारानी की जय, स्वामित भक्तवृंद की जय। Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga or Vasila Prabhupada ki jai. Namam Vishnu Krishna. Is the recording is going on? So today we'll continue to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 83, text number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, I think, yeah. Okay. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Janmadya Sanat Itaratasa Chartasya Vigyan Sarat Tene Brahma Hrudyadi Kavaye Murti Yasraya Tijo Bari Mridam Yatha Vinimaya Yatra Dhamasam Yatra Sagam Sadhamna Sadana Sadam Satyam Param Dimai Nigama Kalpotara Galitam Phalam Sukam Katamruta Dravya Samutam Pivata Bhagavatam Rasam Alayam Huraho Rasika Bhuvivavaka Nashta Prasya Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utama Swake Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki. Sri Draupadi Uvacha He Vaidravi Achyuta Bhadre He Jambavati Kam Kanside Kausale Sari Ye Satyavame Kalindi He Satyavati He Kalindi Shobhyang Rohining Lakshmani Sri Draupadi Uvacha He Vaidarvi Achyuta Bhadre He Jambavati Kausale He Satyavame Kalindi Soibya Rohini Lakmani Sri Draupadi Vacha He Vaidarvi Achyuta Bhadre He Jambayavati Kausale He Satyabhame Kalindi Soibye Rohini Lakmani Sri Draupadi Vacha He Vaidarvi Achyuto Bhadre He Jambavati Kausale He Satyavama Kalindi Saibye Rohini Lakmane Sri Draupadi Vacha He Vaidarvi Achyuta Bhadre He Jambavati Kausale He Satyavame Kalindi Soibye Rohini Lakmane. What word meaning? Sri Draupadi Uvacha. Sri Draupadi said, He Vaidarbhi O daughter of Vaidarbha, Rukmini, Achyutaha, Lord Krishna, Bhadre, O Bhadra, He Jambavati, O daughter of Jambavan, Kausale, O Nagnajit, He Satyavame, O Satyabhama, Kalindi, O Kalindi, Saibye, O Mitravinda, Rohini, O Rohini, one of the 16,000 queens married after killing of Narakasura. Lakmane, O Lakmana. So, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Draupadi said, O Vaidarbhi, Bhadra and Jambavati, O Kausala, Satyabhama and Kalindi, O Saibya, Rohini, Lakshmana and other wives of Lord Krishna. Please tell me how the Supreme Lord Achyuta, imitating the ways of this world by his majestic power, came to marry each of you. Purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Rohini addressed here by Draupadi is not Lord Balaram's mother, but another Rohini, the foremost of the 16,000 princes Lord Krishna rescued from the prison of Bhaumasura. Draupadi turns to her as the representative of all 16,000 and as a virtual equal to Sri Krishna's 8 chief queens. Text number 8. Sri Rukmini said, when all the kings held their bows at the ready to assure that I would be presented to Sisupala, he who puts the dust of his feet on the heads of invincible warriors, took me from their midst as a lion forcibly takes his prey from the midst of goats and sheep. May I always be allowed to worship those feet of Lord Krishna, the abode of Goddess Sri. Purport. Lord Krishna's pastimes of kidnapping Rukmini is narrated in detail in chapter 32 through 54 of Srimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto. Then text on 9. Sri Satyabhama said, my father, his heart tormented by my brother's murder, blamed Lord Krishna for the crime. To remove the stains on his reputation, the Lord defeated the king of the bears and took back the Samantaka jewel, which he then returned to my father. Fearing the consequences of his offense, my father offered me to the Lord, even though I had already been promised to others. Purport. As described in chapters 56 of this canto, King Satrajit had already compromised himself by promising his daughter's hand first to Akrura and then again to a number of other suitors. But after the return of the Samantaka jewel, he felt compelled by his shame to offer her to Lord Krishna. Instead, according to Srila Sridhar Swami, the word Prabhave unto the Lord answer any doubt as the propriety of offering Krishna a bride who had already been promised to others. It is perfectly proper to offer him everything one owns and improper to withhold anything from him. Last verse, text number 30. Sri Jambavati said, unaware that Lord Krishna was none other than his own master and worshipable deity, the husband of Goddess Sita. My father fought with him for 27 days. When my father finally came to his senses and recognized the Lord, he took hold of his feet and presented him with both me and the Samantaka jewel as tokens of his reverence. I am simply the Lord's maid servant. Purport: Jambavan had been Lord Ramchandra's servant many thousands of years before. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti mentions that while hearing Jambavati's story, the women present recognized her as the girl whom Jambavan had once offered to Lord Sri Ram to be his wife. Since Lord Rama had taken a vow to have only one wife, he could not accept her then, but did so when he returned to the Dwapara Yuga as Krishna. The other queens wanted to honor Jambavati for this, but she replied humbly, I am just the Lord's maid servant. How Jambavati and Satyabhama became Lord Krishna's wife is told in chapter 56 of 10th canto. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानजनशलाकय चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति सपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजतं सागण रघुनाथभितं तं सजिजं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदं सागण ललिता श्री विशाखानितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचनी गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचाकल्पतरी भसच कृपा सिंधु एव च भक्तानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद एवरीबॉडी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलं यतिगिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे गुरुदेव दीनतारिणे यत्कृपातमं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरो चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. So, this morning we are discussing about sweet pastimes of Supreme Lord's marriage with his Ashta Pataranis. Who were Ashta Pataranis? Who are the main principal queens? Those are who were like 8 in numbers. Like we have seen that Rukmini is the chief among them all. Rukmini, then Satyabhama, then Jambavati, then Kalandi, and Mitrabandha. After that, Nagnajit, and then Lakshmana and Bhadra. So these were 8 principal queens of Krishna. Although Krishna had married 16,000 princes, those who were abducted by Bhaumasura or Narakasura. Bhaumasura, same name is also Narakasura. This Bhaumasura, actually we had studied in our Bhakti Vaibhav, what is that? In second canto, I think, or first canto, second canto. So that actually he is the son of Bhumi, earth. And being a son of a great personality, how he became a demon. So it's a very important question. So that not only that, he did so much nonsense thing. He prisoned all the 16,000 princesses. He imprisoned. Any person can become a demon, any person can become a demigod. Recently one question was there, very nice question. So how you can know how can you recognize a person is demon? How can you recognize a person is demigod? Or asura, or rakshasa, or jakhya? So how can you know? Just like Prabhupada has given very nice analogy, just like you can understand the constituent of a container by the by the quantity of fire supplied in wood, or the amount of water in the water pot, or amount of sky within a earthen pot. Is it not? You can see how is the container it will be. By seeing the container, you can judge how much quantity of water it can hold. Like in a glass of water, how much quantity of water? Or in your skin, Prabhupada has given nice example. Skin, how much water is there in your skin? A part of skin. Similarly, how much water is there in vast ocean? Definitely it is very big. A small fire in the lighter and a big power in the like in America and the California jungles, big fires, wildfires. So by knowing the quantity of fire, by knowing the quantity of water, you are able to know the containers. Or you, in other words, from the container you can know the fire or water or in the sky. Sky is also present within a small pot, and sky is also present in the outer space, very vast. Same way, Prabhupada has explained very nicely how much a person is holding how much quantity of sattvika bhava, how much quantity of mode of goodness is present in a person. By knowing that, a sane person can understand. But just by mere seeing a person, you cannot judge whether he is a demon or demigod. Whereas you can understand by seeing the quantity of mode of goodness in a person. How can you see that? Again, analogy, very nice analogy Prabhupada given. Just like it more mode of goodness or more mode of sattvika bhava, mode of sattvika or mode of goodness, then there will be more brilliance in his devotional service. So a person who is having more good, or a devotee who has more mode of goodness, mode of sattvika bhava, then it can be exhibited by his devotion. You can see in his devotional service. More it is covered by the mode of passion or mode of ignorance, what will happen? Then his brilliance in devotional service cannot be exhibited. It will be not be visible. Just like the luminaries in the sky, like in the night, in the darkness, moon is very bright, even in the darkness. See, extremely brilliant. Similarly, in the daytime, and the sun is extremely brilliant. However, these luminaries, when they are covered by the clouds, you cannot see. You cannot see moon or cannot see sun's brilliance. Same way, when a devotee is covered with mode of passion and mode of ignorance, his brilliance, brightness in devotional service cannot be seen. So then you can judge a person is whether he is a demigod or a demon by seeing the quantity of mode of goodness. Anyway, I am just debating. So this Bhaumasura, this Narakasura, although he was born to the Mother Earth, and who knows, who is his father? Who was his father? Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. He is his father himself. But he became a demon. So this Bhaumasura had captured all these 16,000 princes. And by their prayer, Krishna being satisfied with their prayer, then he rescued them by killing Bhaumasura. When Narakasura or Bhaumasura was killed, then these 16,000 princes, they were released. But as soon as they were released, what did they say? They approached Krishna. Krishna, what you do? So now where we can go? Because this Bhaumasura had kidnapped us in the society, if a girl is kidnapped, if a virgin girl is kidnapped by somebody, so who will accept her as a wife? Nobody will accept. Oh, this girl was kidnapped by one such and such person. So nobody will be interested to get married. Is it not? So same thing they petition to Krishna. See, where we can go now? Better we will die. So are you accept us as your wife? So Krishna was Krishna was in a fix. So what have to do? Krishna helped them to release from the prison, but they are approaching Krishna. Where we can go now? Nobody will accept in our society. We are kidnapped by Narakasura. And we have stayed long time in the prison. Even one girl is staying outside in one night, nobody will accept her in marriage. Same way, so where we can go? So you have to accept us as your wife, or we will die. We will commit suicide. Then Krishna said, all right, I will accept. Prabhupada said, all right, I have accept. So Krishna, that is why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has the capacity to maintain 16,000 women or princess as his wife. So, and not only that, in Krishna book you can see Krishna had constructed a very nice palace for each princess, each queens. He had constructed very nice palace whose walls are bedecked with jewels like diamonds, rubies, pearls, and their walls so much opulent it was. And in every palace Krishna used to visit. Not like a henpecked husband, he has to go one night to tonight to this queen and next night like that. No, he can expand himself as 16,000s. Simultaneously, that was tested by Narad Muni. And he thought, so what Krishna is doing? Let me see. So then when Narada Muni visited each palace, then he found Krishna is here, Krishna is there, Krishna is every palace, in every palace. He was bewildered. So that was the supremacy of Supreme Person of Godhead. So now let's come to our topic. So this is the background. Now you may ask, who were those 16,000s? Same in the second canto, you can find. People go to that 16,000s, they were the, I think, nectar of devotion. In nectar of devotion, it has been mentioned, these 16,000s were the son of fire god. Son of fire god. They were doing so much austerity to get Krishna as their husband. So in next millenniums, that means next incarnation, then they become this 16,000 princes. So in some literature it has been written Krishna had 16,008 queens. And some books it has been mentioned 16,108 queens. So it has been elaborately discussed in that second canto. So we are accepting that 16,108 as Vaishnavas. There are queens Krishna had. So then out of those queens, so Rohini was the chief of 16,000 princesses or queens. And she was the foremost. She was representing all 16,000. Like a president, like he represents the whole country. Same way, like Rohini, this Rohini is not the mother of Ballad Balaram. This is another name of one of the queen of 16,000 princess. Thus that one's name was Rohini. She was the foremost of all them. She was the leader of all, or chief of those 16,000. Then another thing is, who is the chief of 8 patranis, 8 queens? That is Rukmini. That's what I described. Rukmini, Satyabhama, Kalindi. So Mitrabandha and who else? Lakshmana and Bhadra. So these were 8 patranis. And Rukmini was the chief. So when they had assembled everybody in the, that is in where the Lord Parshuram was doing atonement in Kurukshetra, when Draupadi had also come here, and Draupadi, she is inquiring from all these queens that how could you get married with Krishna? Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then how could he act like an ordinary man and he could win over your hand, each of you? I want to hear the individual stories. Like, when you are happening to meet another important devotee or a very famous devotee, you are interested to know, Prabhu, how could you come to ISKCON? Can you describe your past life? How could you? Is it not like that? You are interested to know, and how could you come to ISKCON? How you became the devotee? Like that. Everybody has a big story, some story, certain story. So like that, same way, Draupadi also wanted to know how this each queen, they get involved with Krishna in marriage. How Krishna could win over their hand. Thus, then she started asking to whom? First, to Rukmini. Please tell, how could you get Krishna as your husband? Rukmini said, yeah, no, I already know, we know in 10th canto there is more elaboration is there, how Rukmini was kidnapped. Although Rukmini had never seen Krishna, she was so much in love with Krishna just by hearing the fame, pastimes of Krishna. So much so that she was in love with Krishna in such a intensively that she wrote one letter to Krishna, Krishna, I have given my heart to you. If you are not coming to my Swayamvara, means, like then, if I am not going to marry you, then I must commit suicide. Please save me. Then she wrote one letter and she sent to Krishna. Krishna, as soon as he saw the letter from Rukmini, then he immediately started to come to the Rukmini's kingdom. And Krishna kidnapped her. Later also there is a big fight because all the kings they tried to, because of Rukmini's brother was there and who was trying to oppose Krishna, and then with other help of other kings they tried to fight against Krishna, and Krishna defeated everybody. That is what it has been mentioned here. The Rukmini is telling, look, Krishna was such a great that he put his lotus feet on the head of all other kings, whose lotus feet is worshipped by demigods, by their devotees. So that is to gain the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. So for these kings, very indirect way, they were so fortunate, they were able to get that dust. And they were just like goats. And King Krishna was just like lion. And Krishna came and picked me from the from the midst of all these kings, those who are compared just like the goats, and like that, so that I am very indebted to Krishna, that who could give me the shelter. That in other words, Draupadi wanted to invoke the glories of Krishna from the mouth of Krishna's queens. So when Draupadi wanted to hear from them, what is the main purpose? She is also a great devotee of Krishna. So therefore she wanted to know the glories of Krishna from their mouth. And also they are not like mundane people, no? They don't say, mundane people say, I just got married and like that. No. They are becoming indebted to Krishna. Like Rukmini is telling, I feel like a maid servant of Krishna. Why? Because Krishna gave me life back. Because if I would have been married with anybody else, I could have committed my suicide. I could have lost my life. Krishna is my protector. So I am indebted to him. Then this is about Rukmini's story. Then if we go to another story, known story, the pastimes, it is offense to say story. So then another pastime is like about Satyabhama. How Satyabhama had got the opportunity to be a wife of Krishna. Satyabhama's father is Satrajit. Is that Satrajit? Satrajit had very much, grudge against Krishna, because Krishna had killed his brother. Who? So Satrajit. So therefore he did like Krishna. So, however, when Krishna came and fought with him, and also Krishna gave, after defeating, and he gave also one Samantaka jewel to Satrajit, and Satrajit felt very, very indebted and felt very humble. And then he wanted to offer the hand of Satyajit. To whom? To Krishna. So Satyajit is narrating, that means Satyabhama is narrating, thus I became the queen of Krishna. Where is that? Let me see. Yeah, Satyabhama. My father, his heart tormented by my brother's murder. So that brothers of Satyabhama was murdered by or killed by Krishna. Not the brother of Satrajit, but the brother of Satyabhama was killed. So that is why naturally his father had grudge against Krishna. However, we have seen here, it is in purport, it has been mentioned by Siddhar Swami that the word Prabhave, is very important thing is here. Prabhave means unto the Lord. Here it has been written, it is perfectly proper to offer him everything one owns, and improper to withhold anything from him. Look, this Satyabhama actually was offered to, was promised by his father to be offered to somebody else, like Akrura, to Akrura. And Satyajit had promised, okay, I will give a hand of Satyabhama to you in marriage, to Akrura. And not only that, also he had promised to other suitable candidates. So nowadays, what is going on in the modern world? See, if you have promised to somebody, oh, okay, I want to give my daughter to marriage with you. Suppose you are not giving to marriage, but you are giving your daughter to marriage with Krishna or to somebody else. What happens? There will be a big fight. Huh? And also, as a matter of etiquettes, according to Vedic etiquettes, you cannot break the promise. And then this daughter or the girl becomes like, they make laugh of her. Is it not? Laugh at her. Oh, look, this girl was meant to for that boy, but now she is going to marry another person. Is it not? So like that, oh look, her father had promised to give her, so like now to somebody, and now she is giving somebody. So here in Siddhara Swami is explaining, for Krishna, everything is good. Krishna is all auspicious, like Lord Shiva is all auspicious, Krishna is all auspicious. So if Prabhave means unto Krishna, there is nothing greater than that. That is the highest transcendental bliss if we offer anything to Krishna. You know what? Everything belongs to Krishna, is it not? Isavasam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatam jagat. Tena taktena bhunjita magrudha kasya siddhanam. Upanishad is saying, what is saying Upanishad? So Isavasam, whatever you are seeing in this material world, idam sarvam, whatever you are, everything is belong to Krishna. And therefore, if Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and everything is belong to Him, so where is the question of that you take away His thing and give to others? Try to understand. Suppose that is your bead bag. It belongs to you. Can I take that bead bag and I give to somebody else? Same way, in same logic, Satyabhama belongs to Krishna also. And if Satyabhama was promised to be given to somebody else in marriage, and his father is changing his word, now is giving to Krishna, what is wrong? If I promise, no, I will give your bead back to somebody, it is wrong. But if I change my mind, no, it belongs to him. So if I give you, you will be happy. Is it not? One time in Chennai, in Madras, I was hearing one class, in a Sunday class. Somebody told one speaker, and Prabhu said, if somebody complain from the audience, oh, Krishna did this, Krishna did that, Krishna did wrong things like that, then why he was involved with so many girls, so many gopis, so many things. Then he asked him question. He asked one question. Suppose Krishna will come in front of you. He asks your daughter's hand in marriage. Will you give or not? Forget about Krishna. Suppose now Bill Gates will come or Elon Musk will come in front of you. He will ask, give me your daughter in marriage with me. Will you give or not? Because he is the richest person. So, the father will be very happy to give her marriage. It is natural things. A father will not give marriage to a poor guy who has no money, nothing. and no shelter, nothing, but simply he says, I love your daughter so much so that I want to marry with her only. Huh? Will you listen? No. Because you want to see whether it is what? Whether he is a right person, whether he can maintain my daughter, or he can maintain my, he can give real comfort or not. Simply by saying I love her so much, it doesn't help. Is it not? Same way, if Krishna come in front of you, Krishna is full of six opulences. Just he is full of his total beauty, his total renounce, total wealth, total strongest man, and very famous. So what is lacking in Krishna? You will be very happy to offer your daughter in marriage to Krishna. What's wrong? So that is what. So therefore, here in this statement, it has been mentioned. So he didn't do anything wrong by changing his word that Satyabhama was offered to Krishna. Here it has been mentioned. Another logic I can give. Bhoktaram Jagya Tapasam Sarvalokam Maheswaram Shrudam Sarvabhutanam Gyantamang Santim Ruchyati. In that verse, Bhagavad, what is that? It has been said, Bhoktaram Jagya Tapasam. I am the enjoyer of everything, all the sacrifices. Everything belongs to Krishna. Whatever you are saying. So if Krishna is the proprietor of everything, so he has a natural right. That means he can enjoy. So what is wrong if Satyabhama was offered to him, to Krishna, instead of breaking the promise to be offered to other candidate? Right? So, and then text number 10, Sri Jambavati. What regarding the Jambavati? Jambavati, she was the daughter of Jambavan. Jambavan was in Ramayana, you must have seen that one bear type, one bear head. So he is known as Jambavan. Jambavan, he was the great devotee of Lord Ramachandra. Not only 1 day, 2 days, he was worshipping Lord Ramachandra millennium after millenniums. He was a devotee of Lord Ram, Pakka devotee of Lord Ramachandra. So when Krishna came in front of him, he could not recognize Krishna as his Lord Rama. But same Lord Rama's incarnation has changed into Krishna's incarnation. So, but he could not recognize. Jambavan started fighting with Lord Rama, fighting with Krishna for 27 days, not only 1 day, 27 days. After that, then he came to sense that why I am unable to defeat this Krishna. Then later by Dadati Buddhi Jogam Jena Mamopadite, and Krishna gave knowledge to you by which you can come to him. Same way, this is by Krishna's mercy, then Jambavan could know, oh, this is the same Lord Rama, Lord Ramachandra, with whom I am fighting for 27 days. Then he felt very ashamed. Oh, with my Lord, I am fighting. Here it has been mentioned by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that Jambavati, the daughter of Jambavan, she was one time, Jambavan had approached Lord Ramachandra, please accept my daughter as your consort. Then, but Jambavan, Lord Ramachandra said, no, in this incarnation, I have promised you will only accept only one wife, that is Sita. So therefore, I cannot accept this time, but I can fulfill your desire maybe in next incarnation. Same thing it is happening here. Jambavan is offering his daughter Jambavati to whom? To Krishna. Oh, you are the same Ram, Lord Ram, you had promised me, you will accept my daughter in this incarnation. So now, please accept my daughter as your consort. And not only that, this Samantaka jewel also it was there with Jambavan. That is a very valuable jewel. And that valuable jewel also he offered as a dowry. Nowadays you are offering some dowry. when the marriage is going on, wedding is going on, father is giving or some relatives, they are giving some dowry. Why? Because what is the purpose of giving the dowry? Dowry purpose is that the groom will be pleased and he will take care of the bride very nicely. He will be happy so that he will be not in morose. Oh, my father-in-law didn't give anything, no gift, nothing. Simply he gave his daughter like this. So natural tendency is that when somebody will give so much money or so much dowry, car, something, or you will be very happy. You will give, you will take care of his daughter very nicely. Same way, that is the purpose of giving dowry. But dowry became a very fashioned, very demandful nowadays. So what happened? The poor father who has daughters, he is not able to give marriage because of dowry to the right persons, because they demand dowry. So it is a crime against it, and government has made rule also nobody can demand dowry. However, if you are very happy, pleased, you are able to give some dowry, that's okay. If you are not able in that position, it's not okay to offer. So that's what Samantaka jewel was offered by that Jambavati's father. So this way, so Jambavati is telling also, wow, I got a, what is that? He say, I am simply the Lord's maid servant. She is also glorifying to Lord Krishna. Oh, because Krishna accepted me in marriage, so I am eternal servant of Krishna. So how many of the wives, they are thinking like that? Oh, this man has accepted me as accepted me as wife, so I should be in debt to him. He is taking care of all my needs and he is taking care of my kids. He is educating my kids. He is maintaining family. Everything is doing. How many of wives they are indebted to their husband? Nowadays, nobody. They think they fight against husband. Oh, why did you get married with me? They claim like that. So if you cannot maintain us, you cannot give happiness, you cannot material happiness, everything, then why you are getting married with me? So like that they complain. This is the modern demoniac principle, demoniac mentality. But a real devotee, she is very indebted to husband. Why? That is why scripture says husband is just like the Lord. They give all respect to husband. When the chaste wife, she gives all type of pleasure to husband, so that husband get more inspired to work hard, more harder work to maintain the family. This is the principle behind why wife should be very faithful and very pleased with the husbands and try to give happiness to husband. Because if she gives happiness, then husband's mind is become more happy. This is Prabhupada has told me. I am not saying. Then husband will work more and more, and he will earn a lot of money, and their life will be maintained very nicely. But if wife will fight and if will not cooperative, then husband mood will be bad and the whole family will be collapsed. The son will go, I will become criminal, daughter will become like a prostitute, and so many things, because when families collapse, nobody takes care of kids. That's what it happens. Why there is so many gun violence in America? Because the parents they don't have time to take care of their kids. So they are working hard and working hard. They don't have time to take care of family, and husband wife they are fighting each other. That impression is happening on the mind of kids. So like this, it is going on. So that is a lot of gun violence. Everything is going on. So there is to have better family. There should be nice cooperation. That is why simply by speaking is not helpful. Only through Krishna consciousness the family will be good in relationship. Not any other way, not any other way. By mechanical way, no. Only when husband will be the devotee of Krishna, wife will be the devotee of Krishna, that our Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj used to say, when Krishna will be at the center from Prabhupada's purport. So Guru Govind Swami used to say like that, when we serve to Krishna and wife serve to Krishna, keeping Krishna as the center point, then the family relationship will flourish. Anything like it will progress. Unless you are becoming the servant of Krishna, both husband and wife, you cannot expect a good family like that. Okay, I will stop here. These are the things today. So, any discussion, any question? Anything coming to mind? No? Vibhu Prabhu, anything? Hare Krishna. Okay, ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु